Nepal Shrine. Out of spawn, you can come far right, and then you can swing way over to their spawn side, basically. Here you wait in third person this, and as they push, you can boop them in. It's a 50-50 that they come this way. It's a pretty good boop on the tanks, but even if it's just DPS there, it's good to partial those hit scans that play back there. You can also come far left, to third person in this window, and see if there's anyone coming through. And then if it's safe, then you come through again, and now here you can third person and see if you're going to engage on the front line or if you're just going to go for your boop. So here you can go and boot them out of the cover a little bit longer, or you can just drop down to point and go for the boop on point. Normally they play tanks on point and like the long range like Soldier, Ash, Torb, anyone is over there. So on point you can wall jump the corners to slam, or you can just use the ledge to slam. And you can go for boops, and even U-turn boops, which are even faster and less predictable for them. But you also want to push out this back right, you're the best one to help you. It's a little difficult, especially when they have a Mercy or a Brig or someone on them there, because it's like a 3v1, but just putting as much pressure as you can. You can even roll from point through to them, just by this jump. And mining field off this area is really good as well, because it forces them onto point or out, or just to die to the minefield. You can corner jump these sides just to get above point for a slam quickly. You can also grapple the middle of point. It's very hard to do mid-fight, and it's hard to spin as well, but if you spin this way, it is a spin to win spot. You can wall jump from underneath to back up top quickly. It's good for when you're fighting on point and you go get a mega. You can just quickly corner jump, and you're out of the way to get a mega. You can come between one mega to the other mega, and then you're in their backline and go on them. The long range, and then you get another mega, and your mega. Lots of megas, lots of way to sustain and not you take your supports, your resources too much. When holding, you can hold this corner. If they come right side, you can slam right onto them, or you can hold on top of the bookshelf, same thing. If they come out, you slam them. But you can also just hold underneath for the same boop. You can also hold the other bookshelf on the other side if you know they're going to go that way. You can get on top, and as they walk through, you get a nice slam on them. If double boop still exists, I know as of right now it does, but it's on PTR, I'm pretty sure it's patched, so if it still exists, you can double boop from spawn here, as with all the other 3 maps. When attacking, you can come far left, pressure point, and either force them back, and then you can look to engage on either side, depending which side's weaker, depending what your team is. Or you can come far right again, either go in quickly, close, or go even deeper in, over the ledge. On village, it's a little more difficult to play ball here, but coming top left, gauging by the speed your team's coming to point, you'll know when they're going to be there, and you can grapple here to get above them and slam down. Or you can just wall jump here, or just stay on top of the ledge, and as they come through, slam them. You can also just grapple right through them and slam off the ledge, or you can even play underneath them, wait for them to push in to boop them into your team, and slam. If they start coming mid, just take your high ground, stay above them. If they're rushing a point, then you can get to above them and slow them down maybe with a boop, and your team has a good crossfire from their high ground, or it'll give them enough time to come down to point and contest, and not just let them get the bunker on point for free. On point, you have corner jumps. They're a little difficult to do. The wall jumps themselves can be done, but they're pretty hard to do. You can spin to win, just on top of the roof here. It's a little weird, but there's no spots to spin around anything except for the roof. My filling point is really good because they can't really go anywhere from away from it, and you can stay on point if you hit your forehead on the roof. Now when holding, I like the third person, see they're coming left or mid, and then you can decide to either hold this corner if they're coming top again, or if you see them going mid, you can rotate behind them. And as they're holding that choke, boop them into the wide open, now they have no cover, and your team can do the damage to them. You can also just come high ground and slam right in. It's a little more dangerous, a little easier to get booped or stunned. And when they start pushing right, you can rotate behind them quickly through this pathway and split them away from the supports. Now when they're holding you, if they're holding mid, I just come top right. You can come all the way onto the high ground and then look to either slam them, or you can boop the person playing aggressively close out and slam them. If they're holding top, then you can use mid to take high ground, push out whoever's out here, and then when you have the opportunity, boop and slam so your team can walk through. And shrine. My personal favorite is to come top left, You come all the way on the high ground, and then you can tightrope across from this one gap to the next gap with that grapple underneath. And now from here, you can wait for them to walk up. You can look for a boop on the front line, or just slam the back line. Another rollout would to be come down mid, and just come right side to the elephant side. And you can do the same thing, but from high ground, just sneakily do it, and swing on the team, and slam. On point, you can jump over these walls without ball form, but in ball form, obviously you can get over them, and you can use these to slam the staircase. On point, you can do a side grapple here when they're holding their choke to get them out of their team's line of sight, so they can't get healed. Spin around on point very easily. You could quickly rotate down below them and then go on the supports like this. You can wall jump off the pillar in the middle, or just, as I mentioned earlier, the walls for slams on point. Minefielding off a corner hits both entrances, so it's better to minefield the corner and slightly cover each entrance if you're unsure of where they're coming, rather than just minefielding one off. But also minefielding their stairwell is great because now they have to push right or left, which will take longer, and everyone always goes stairwell. You can do this jump even just crab form. Every character can do this jump just to quickly take high ground. In ball form, it's a little bit harder if you don't know how to wall jump, but if you crab form, it's really easy. You can fight on point, get this mega, get the next mega, now you're full health, and now you can go on the back line or just scoop their entire team. This point's got a lot of megas, a lot of easy health packs. And when defending, I like to hold top again. If they come down mid, you can rotate behind them and slam them out. Or you can just slam as you come through. You're able to watch mid and the left, top left, and the bottom left. If they come bottom left, slam them. You can cover all the angles. Now when you have to attack and they're holding, they'll probably hold on point because point is high ground. Just come left side, and you can either look to boop them through there on this side, and just engage with your team to be rushed down, or you can just come down behind them more and boop them out. Since it's high ground, they get booped out even further away from their team, and now they're like way in the open down the stairs. You can do the same thing by coming far right as well.